Greetings, it's me, Kerie Crystal Moonrise, and on this episode of Kerie's Quick Tarot, we are going to find out what is going on in the energy of the Divine Collective, okay? Now, I usually refer to the collective, but I typically read energy for the Divine Collective, and those are the folks who are more service to others oriented. And then the other collective that is commonly referred to is the karmic collective, and those are folks who are more in the service to self lane of things. So now when I say service to self, I'm not talking about people who actually take self-inventory and self-care and love themselves. No, I'm talking about people who are just, despicable and really enjoy seeing people not be okay. So I don't read for those folks. I read for the Divine Collective, okay? So, I'm going to call on Source, Higher Self, Holy Spirit, Guides, Angels of the Highest White Light. If you please, guide a message for now, for whoever happens to see this. Now, I'm looking for this to be Kerie's Quick Tarot, in which I read this really fast, but, it may just turn into a full-on reading. So I'll just kind of see how this goes, and I'll go with the flow. All right. So, Source, Higher Self, Holy Spirit, Guides, Angels of the Highest White Light, Ancestors who love me, please help guide a message. Thank you. And this is for entertainment purposes only, or if it resonates, take what works and leave what doesn't. Okay? Table is shaking a little bit because I have something on my lap that's probably banging the table a bit. Okay, so give me a moment. I just need to see if I'm taking all of these cards or just the first one. Okay, I'm taking all of these. So let's see what came out and what the story is going to end up shaping out to be. So we've got the Death card. Okay, this is a card that's pretty much symbolizing that there's an ending for a new beginning to start, but the ending may not be so delightful or delightful at all. The ending's probably going to be a bit dramatic. But nonetheless, there's some type of ending that's wrapping up in someone's world out there. And then we've got the World, because this is representing a cycle being closed, representing a new cycle to begin. All right, so look at that. The end of a cycle, also representing the end of the cycle and a new one beginning. And then there's someone that is potentially being held in some type of confinement, okay, as a result perhaps of the abrupt, dramatic ending of the cycle for a new beginning. So there's somebody out there who's maybe going to see some type of a consequence as a result of that ending and new beginning situation. Okay, and then we've got the Eight of Pentacles, okay? This card is representing someone putting in some work in order to build some type of foundation for themselves, okay? So that's 4 cards so far. So this is 7 cards total here. And then we've got the Tower, okay? This is a card that represents, well, you can see there's some more dramatic events, some type of ending of some sort that is happening. So I'm going to do a full reading on this so we can get some more details about this, okay? And then we've got the Sun card, and this card represents some, love, joy, peace, happiness, some new births, some exciting times ahead, some innocence, just some amazing times, opportunities. Okay, and then we've got the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords in this hand here is kind of like coming out from the clouds, so kind of representing divine assistance with cutting out something or communicating something of importance, but nonetheless, there's some type of intense communication that's going to be coming through. So let's see. Recap that. We've got the Death card. This also is number 13, and the 13 in the tarot is also representative of Scorpio. Okay, so we've got some type of, so maybe it's involving some type of energy with regards to that, for anyone that this may resonate with. But again, this is, if you just look at the imagery here on this card, it's really showcasing some dramatic event of some sort, okay, involving something to do with a larger scope of a foundation, cycle closing, new one beginning. Somebody's in trouble. So I would venture to say that that's not my divine collective that's in trouble. It's basically someone who is maybe trying to prevent this cycle from closing and prevent whatever this dramatic ending is, or maybe the fact that they're in some type of confinement is because they caused some type of super dramatic event with regards to the cycle that is closing, right? So for that individual, perhaps there's a consequence of sorts, right? Because a new foundation is being built. For anyone out there who's working hard on whatever it is that you're deciding to be consistent at, you're building something for yourself. You're building a foundation. And so sometimes to build a new foundation, sometimes that means something else had to close out. And sometimes those closings aren't as pleasant as we'd like them to be, but sometimes they end up being a little dramatic, right? More drama. So I would just say, for anyone out there that this is resonating with, to just be mindful of what you're doing with yourself. Just be aware, okay? Because there seems to be some things, potential events that seem to be kind of on a dramatic end of sorts, right? But sometimes for things to change and end up in a happy place, sometimes there's some not so happy things that end up transpiring. But whatever it is, you have divine assistance as part of the divine collective, and we're good. So I would say that whoever is part of the divine collective and this message is resonating with you, just be on the lookout for some interesting events that may transpire as a result of a cycle having been closed and a new beginning starting. There may be some interesting things that start to turn up in the this represents airwaves, air. So perhaps there's some interesting things of folks who may end up reaping consequences of some sort that may be coming out, whether that's in the news or other things. I mean, things have already been a bit bonkers out there with regards to events and news and all that stuff. But, things are changing. Things are shaping up however they're shaping up. And as long as we continue to keep our intentions in a place that is for the benefit of the collective as a whole, right? For divine balance to be restored, then we are part of the solution, not part of the problem, So those who are part of the problem are the ones who are going to end up reaping some type of consequences as a result of whatever this is going on. But I'm going to pull some more cards just so that we can get a broader scope and a bit more detail about this story, the way it's shaping out. Okay. So with regards to this this death card here, I'm going to just see if there's... Give me a moment. I have another deck here, so I'm going to pull from these. I'm being kind of led to do that. So let's see. Let's see if I can get any clarity on that death card. So I'm going to just shuffle here. Okay. These are randomized. I have no idea what I just grabbed other than knowing that I have a whole lot of them to get through. So I'll shuffle through all of these just to see what I may come up with for the death card there. Okay. So Source, Higher Self, Holy Spirit, Guides, Angels of the Highest White Light. If there's a message from this deck, I ask that it be revealed. Thank you. Something regarding that death card. Thank you. All right, so nothing from this section. I'm going to pull more from this deck, see if there's anything from this card grouping. Let's see. All right, one more. All right, Source, Higher Self, Holy Spirit, Guides. Let's see if there's a card from this particular grouping. Okay. Ooh. Oh, man. Sheesh. All right, so this card just came out. All right, so not sure where to place that just yet, but whoever that may resonate with. Or maybe not. Maybe it doesn't resonate at all. But let's see if there's another card that goes along with that. And as these messages come out, just, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay? That's the best thing I can say for anyone out there who is observing this right now. Thank you. Okay, so I got a couple more cards that came out. Okay. Black Widow, Spider. Sometimes this card is also in reference to individuals who are practitioners of the dark arts, okay, in regards to certain practices of magic that are more on the darker end, okay? So, Black Widow, Spider. It's kind of like I wouldn't call it a nickname, but kind of like a nickname. Okay. Something to do with a building. And then something to do with giving birth, okay? So perhaps this resonates with someone out there, but these were the cards with relation to, excuse me, this card of an ending happening for a new beginning, but it had to do with this, Mama, Black Widow, a building, and giving birth. So however that resonates or doesn't resonate, take it for whatever it needs to be. All right, there's a few more cards here left in this deck, so I'm going to see if there's any more messages from those that I can offer with regards to this. reading. And that card all right, give me a moment. Okay, all right, this is, I'm just going to see if there's one more card with relation to that death card there. Let's see if there is. Source, higher self. Oh my. Oh sheesh. Okay, this is somebody's story out there. Okay, so this is saying that someone may be having an affair. Okay, there may be some type of a restraining order happening. A goat. Sometimes that is referenced in different circles for meaning certain things. Something to do with a stabbing and something to do with your standards. Okay, so to recap, this card here, this death card, which is basically self-explanatory, an ending, right? Abrupt ending of some sort for a new beginning, right? Has to do with, wait, let me get these back in order. Okay, some type of mother figure that's perhaps someone who practices the dark arts of magic. Okay, Black Widow. And that's not talking color, okay? That's just a phrase of kind of what some individuals may be, that's typically referencing folks who are on the service to self. So on the karmic tip of the scale, right? Something to do with a building, giving birth,